Hello viewers, today we are going to talk about physical changes in early adulthood. We have been discussing so many changes in early adulthood, and as part of this particular topic we are going to talk exclusively on physical changes in early adulthood. During this session I will be talking about early adulthood or young adulthood simultaneously. Before this particular topic begins, I would like to talk about what exactly you mean by early adulthood. Early adulthood is a period that begins from 20 to 30 years onwards, a very crucial period in terms of physical development, emotional development and social development. So, today particularly we will discuss what are the various physical changes that takes place during early adulthood. The early adulthood is a period that is very crucial and there is a visible sign of aging process that begins. To elaborate, there is a dramatic changes in the physical system in terms of changes in height, weight, the shoulder width, muscular strength and many other physiological changes are concerned. Early adulthood is a period of peak physical capacity. All the early adults or young adults tend to develop their muscle strength. There is a increase in the height, there is an increase in the weight, also the chest size increases, the muscle tone also increases. It has been observed in early adulthood that both the genders have a tendency to increase in a considerable weight gain. This is due to the causes of accumulation of fat in the body in terms of sedentary lifestyles, which are the causal factors. Not only the sedentary lifestyles, but the high calorie intake is also considered to be one of the crucial factors in gaining weight among early adults. Not only the physical factors are concerned, I would like to focus here the basic psychomotor ability which is at the peak level in young adults. What do we understand by psychomotor abilities? The psychomotor abilities are concerned with the reaction time. You may observe that many young adults have a very quick reaction time. Apart from this, they have a very good eye-hand coordination. They are more into the eye-hand coordination related activities that talks about computer softwares or activities related to sports or any vocational activities are concerned. So, they have a very good eye-hand coordination in terms of psychomotor abilities. Apart from this particular physiological changes, early adulthood is a period that has been considered to be of good strength and good health. I would like to talk about what are the various physical changes that can be observed in early adults. More significantly, height and weight is a very important concept to be considered in early adulthood. Now, I have a question for you. Can you think and tell me what exactly or which factor is more influential in terms of height and weight among young adults? It is the weight that increases. The height remains constant from the early adulthood, but whereas the weight increases among both the genders. Let us see in detail how the weight is increased and even height. So, if you look around the slide, you have height and weight differentiations between men and women. If you see the height particularly, men in between 18 years and 74 years, it is the 69 inches, that is 5.9 inches is being increased. And among 18 and 24 years of age, male have an average height of 69.7 inches. It is found that the height of men decreases about 69 inches by the age that they reach at 35 to 44 years. Whereas, in women it is observed that about 18 to 74 years of women age group, the height is about 63.6 inches or 5.4 inches less than men's height. Now, let us go and see the weight of men and women. Particularly, you can see that the weight of men in between the age groups of 18 and 74 years is 172 pounds, that is in terms of 78 kgs. 18 and 24 years age group men, the weight increases from 165 pounds, that is 74 kgs, and 80 kgs in between 35 to 44 years. Let us see the weight of women. In between 18 and 74 years, the weight of women is 64 kgs, which is less than the weight of men. Now, talking about the physical changes, apart from height and weight, let us see what are the other physical changes that can be observed in young adults. Say for example, eyes. It is observed that the vision is quite sharp in young adults. They are able to see, look at things in a more clear vision, and the vision related problems only occur during the middle age. Apart from any hereditary factor or genetic factor that can influence the eye problems, otherwise there is a sharpness of vision that can be observed in young adults. After eye, we are going to talk about the muscular strength among young adults. The muscular strength begins at peak level in 20 to 30 years of young adults. The muscle strength has an utmost importance during this particular age group. Now, most individuals retain their permanent teeth, but it is important that they have to maintain their dental hygiene, otherwise they may end up with periodontal diseases, which is caused due to the inflammation of gums and teeth because of improper dental hygiene. If you talk about the gender differences about the teeth and the quality of dental care, it has been observed that female are more prone to loss of teeth than males, especially during young adulthood. Let us see how the heart functions during early adulthood. Now, the efficiency of heart to pump large amount of blood remains fairly stable, as during young adulthood they are more energetic and they are more there is a large amount of energy that is stored in their body. So, there is a positive effect of the functioning of the heart. Lungs. Now, young adults are able to absorb oxygen 4.5 times than the older adults. That indicates that the lung capacity is quite good during early adulthood. Skin. The most important aspect with regard to physical changes in early adulthood is the changes in skin, especially how do we observe the skin changes. Can you think? It is because of the wrinkles that are quite evident that can be observed. Not only wrinkles on the facial area, but on the hands part is also quite evident in terms of the wrinkles. Now, let us talk about what are the various biological aging factors during early adulthood. What do we understand by biological aging? It has been observed that by early adulthood, there is a completion of physical changes. That means the whole body is complete, it is fully functioning. But at the same time, as I have talked about, a very important visible significant change is the aging changes, and this is called as senescence. It is a technical term that talks about the biological aging process that begins. Senescence is a technical term, as I have told you, and it causes in terms of biological changes in the DNA and body cells. For example, telomere shortening. What is telomere shortening? What exactly we mean by telomere? Telomere is a special type of a DNA, and this is shortened. How it is shortened? Let us see. During telomere shortening, the telomeres are destroyed and may cause age related diseases. Not only age related diseases, there is a loss of function and also there is a earlier mortality. That is, they may die much early. Senescence can also cause free radicals, which are naturally occurring, highly reactive chemicals that form in the presence of oxygen. Free radicals are involved in several age related disorders. Also, the body's connective tissues is made up of protein fibers, and that form links from one another. And as aging progresses, these fibers separate from each other, causing the tissue to less elasticity. Now, this is a factor called as the cross linkage theory of aging, where the fibers start separating from each other, which indicates a loss of elasticity. We would like to talk about diseases. What diseases can you think of during early adulthood? Is an early adult prone to any disease at that particular age point? Yes. Let us see what are the various diseases. Not only diseases, we are now also going to discuss about the motor performances. During early adulthood, there is a gradual physical changes which are barely noticeable. We won't be able to observe what are the various physical changes by barely looking at an individual. Can you assess what exactly the individual is suffering from, what disease that he is having? No. So, but when you talk about disease specific, it is the heart related problems that the early adulthood can face. Can you think of any heart related diseases? Hypertension and atherosclerosis. These two are cardiovascular diseases. Now, it has been found that the early adults are exposed to hypertension, that is high blood pressure, or atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is a particular cardiovascular disease in which there is a heavy deposits of plaque with cholesterol and fats which are collected on the walls of main arteries. Therefore, it is indicative that many young adults can be prone to heart related illnesses and diseases. As it is indicative that there is a huge amount of cholesterol and fats that are accumulated, so it indicates that the lifestyle of the individual, the caloric intake is also one of the crucial factors that can cause to heart related problems in young adults. When you talk about motor performance, it is said that it is affected by decline in heart and lung activity. Not only heart and lung activity, it is also affected by the decline in the motor activity or the muscle strength that we talk about. Now, how is it evident that, how can we understand that motor performance is good among early adults? How will we understand? How do we identify that in a particular young adult? What is the basic criteria for considering an individual's motor performance? Can you take an example of an athlete? Can you take an example of a sports person where you can think of his stamina? Yes, stamina in sports is a peak and a bit later during 20 to 30 years of age groups. With continued practice, it is found that the motor performance is much more effective till the 60s. In motor performance, young adults will experience age related decline if he or she does not have an active lifestyle. Very important point to consider. If you want to have a proper motor performance till the end of your aging process, it is important that we have to maintain a healthy lifestyle. What do we understand by healthy lifestyle? The way we eat, the type of food we eat, regular exercises, and avoiding various alcohol intakes and other factors, and having a positive mental health. All these factors include a healthy lifestyle. Very important factor to consider in this particular session is the reproductive health. The reproductive health is at its peak during early adulthood. Now, it has been observed that the reproductive capacity declines with age, and there is a problem of fertility issues among the early adults during their 30s. It has been found that many young adults do not plan their pregnancy during their early 20s. Many adults are now planning their pregnancy only after their 30s. Now, this is an indicator that nowadays there is a problem of fertility issues not only in women, but equally in men, because the quality of the egg or the ova that is being produced, the quality declines among women. Similarly, even in the case of male, the quality of the sperm count also decreases as they age. Therefore, it is very important that a planned pregnancy is important. At the particular age group in terms of early 20s and mid 20s, if they are planning for a child, the research has proved that children who are born, especially if the mother is in the early 20s and the mid 20s, they are found to be quite healthy. Now, another important topic that I would like to focus in early adulthood, especially with physical changes, health and fitness. Most of you must be around this particular age group, I believe, students who are studying this particular course. And I would like to ask you a question: how many of you are healthy and how many of you are fit? It is very important that this particular age group considered to be a healthy age group, not only health but even fitness, that is our exercise. How are we burning our calories or not? So, regular exercise helps in reducing the body fat, and also it builds the muscles. Not only all these factors, but our immune system is also being improved with the help of regular exercises. This not only enhances the physical health, but the psychological well-being is also enhanced among the young adults. You might have seen in many aspects, like if there is a rally or if there is any health related programs, we find that it is the young people who are in the forefront, especially sports, or especially young women and young men who are going for a walk or exercising regularly on par with older people. Here I would like to clarify that health and fitness is related to the socio-economic condition of an individual. Can you think how? The studies have said that individuals who are well educated and who are coming from a very good or high socio-economic status, it was found that they have or they maintain exercise, they maintain good health and fitness. On the other hand, it was found that people who are not well educated, people with low socio-economic background, they have a decline in their health gradually. Now, can you think of what are the reasons related to the decline of their health? There could be stressful life events, there could be health related illnesses, there could be diet related problems, or lack of exercises, or lack of intake of proper medication, and all these factors can contribute to either good health or bad health. Now, if there is a lack of health awareness, or if the individual is suffering from various health related problems, this has an impact on the psychological well-being of the individual, for which it is very important that the young adults should be able to manage their stress levels. Now, early adulthood is a period of lot of challenges, new jobs, new roles, adaptation to life partner, and all these factors involve stress. Some amount of stress is involved. Even for good occasions, even for bad occasions, there is some amount of stress that is involved. Therefore, stress management is easier as adults shift into middle age, since greater life experiences tends to put things into a more manageable perspective. Now, here are a few buffers that can help relieve or manage stress among young adults. The first could be social support. It is very important factor nowadays. Social support, in terms of providing resources from others, maybe the father, maybe the school, maybe the friends. So, the social support should encourage or helps in relieving certain amount of stress among the early adults. Learning coping skills. Now, it is very important that coping skills should be inculcated among the young adults. How an individual cope from the problem. Now, there are two types of coping skills, say in terms of problem focused coping or emotion focused coping. So, it all depends on the individual's coping styles, where they can apply and relieve their stress. So, on the whole, I would like to say that a healthy adult life can be fostered by engaging in healthy eating, exercising, maintaining responsible body weight, keeping physically fit through exercises, controlling alcohol intake, and engaging in responsible sexual behavior. Now, let us conclude this particular session. We would like to talk about various physiological changes that has been taken place in early adulthood. Now, we have understood that the early adulthood is a particular period of peak stage of various physiological changes in terms of height, weight, changes in the muscle, changes in the chest and changes in the shoulder width. All these factors we have been discussing. And not only the physiological changes, we were talking in addition to this, we were also talking about the skin, the teeth, the heart and various important organs in the body. We were also discussing about the various risk factors involved in the young adults, especially the health factors that we were discussing was the diseases, especially the hypertension and atherosclerosis. These are the two important cardiovascular diseases where there is a possibility of having health related problems with exclusively with heart can be observed in early adults. Now, apart from this, we were also talking about the biological aging, we were also talking about the cross linking aging that reduces the elasticity of the tissues, therefore, which has an impact on the age related diseases and early mortality. All these factors we were discussing. And apart from this, in order to maintain a good health and fitness, we were also discussing the role of health awareness and the various socio-economic factors that are contributing towards health and fitness was also discussed. Now, if we have a sound health, we have a sound mental health. So, physical health and mental health are both are related to each other. So, in order to maintain a balance between the physical health and the psychological health, it is important to have a stress management among the young adults. Therefore, we were also discussing about various stress management factors by having social support among the young adults from the family, from the peer, from the work group. So, and coping skills were also discussed in terms of problem focused and emotion focused, and having a healthy diet, healthy exercises and having a responsible sexual behaviors were also discussed in this particular session.